At Denver's 911 call center, the city is trying something new.
Saying she is having a mental health issue and wants assistance.
Diverting police away from emergency calls related to mental health or substance abuse. Instead, sending in the STAR team. A van with a licensed social worker and a medic dressed in plain clothes, trained to de-escalate and to help.
Compassion, support, non-judgment. We're really there to listen to people and listen to what they need.
It's called Support Team Assisted Response, or the STAR team for short, a new pilot program seeking to divert nonviolent 911 calls away from armed police officers. The goal to help the city resolve issues related to mental health, homelessness, poverty, and substance abuse without involving the criminal justice system. STAR is based on a decades-old program in Eugene, Oregon called Cahoots. But Denver is the biggest city in the country to implement the strategy so far.
And would you like
911 operators are trained to send a call to the STAR team when it falls under certain categories, like trespassing or a welfare check.
There's that STAR team out in Denver, and it was created just last year. And because of the success that they've seen with it, when it comes to what's going on in that city, they've decided to expand it. So that is the news. That is just as of last month, they've decided to expand it. So here's more on the program and how it has helped citizens that are usually targeted by police when it comes to a particular mental health situation that they're dealing with. Let's watch this.
Take us through an example of a call that you think exemplifies the process and the purpose of this program.
Yeah, we had a call a couple weeks ago where there was a woman who was dealing with behavioral health symptoms who was at a 7-Eleven and was asked to leave and wouldn't leave. And clearly she was in behavioral health crisis and needed support. And I was able to talk to her and helped her out with some issues she was having with her benefits card, and we got her to a day shelter. So she had somewhere to hang out where she wasn't gonna pop up on the 911 radar.
A 2015 study by the Treatment Advocacy Center found at least 1 in 4 fatal police encounters involved someone with serious mental illness, and that those with untreated mental illness were 16 times more likely to be killed by police.
16 times more likely to be killed by police. So more on this expansion, because as they point out, this has been working for the city. The Denver City Council last week, and this is in February from when this happened, voted unanimously to approve a $1.4 million contract with the Mental Health Center of Denver for the program's continuation and expansion. The contract means that the program that aims to send unarmed health experts instead of police officers to certain emergency calls will soon have broader reach and more operational hours. Very helpful. The city has rapidly expanded the program's budget from the just over $208,000 in grant money spent to launch this 6-month pilot program in June of 20 to the $3.9 million that is going to be allotted in the 22 budget. So let's jump really fast down, because you may wonder, I mean, this is basically a version of defund the police, but it's reallocating funds. It's all about a matter of how they want to pitch what's happening here. I'm not even sure if there's reallocating. This is now being given more funds. I don't think it's even being taken from the police funds. But speaking of the police, let's jump down to the graphic 5, you guys here, because the Denver police had a response to it. And they said most of STAR's calls for service come through Denver 911, where dispatchers are trained to send the STAR van for appropriate needs. 1/3 of the calls are from Denver police officers who responded to a call and determined it would be better handled by STAR. I think that's surprising, but even more surprising potentially is what the police chief did also say about this as they interviewed. Watch this.
Do you believe that lives may have been saved in the last 6 months because of this program?
I am aware of numerous incidences with co-responders and the STAR program where they were very volatile, and it played a pivotal role in getting the person the assistance that they need. But it is that cooperative approach that I do believe has made a significant impact and potentially has helped prevent tragedies and save lives.
Denver Police Chief Paul Pezin credits a multi-layered approach, including long-term follow-ups with caseworkers to the city's success so far. He says his officers welcome the help and the team's expertise. Even the officers are recognizing the need for something like this.
At 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon, the very first question from the sergeant was, when do we get more co-responders? When do we get more STAR vans?
So Michael, it seems like once we take a lot of the lines of, look at how these libs and these Antifas want to defund the police and take it away and cause crime to spike and go crazy. it's weird when you actually talk to cops that may not want to deal with these situations or find that they don't have to go through these processes of not really being mentally equipped to handle these situations. Maybe things get better and we take away the animosity and the opposition.
Right, exactly. I mean, diffuse the police, right? I mean, defund the police was an unfortunate turn of phrase, but when you hear him talking about people coming in, the police asking for these people to help diffuse it, police want to be empowered. So now we're empowering them with help, with one of these co-responders, they're calling them, who go in and help diffuse a situation. So rather than being empowered with a gun, they're empowered with a mental health expert. And Denver seems to have the resources to do, as the police chief just there said, follow up on these cases. And then all of this can be extrapolated to how we deal with the homeless as well. If you are going out there and treating mental health as a part of what, not just why people are committing crimes, but why they're living on the street, you'll see a sea change. It takes a lot of money and a lot of commitment, but it isn't about defunding the police in this case. It's about showing the police and giving the police the equipment so that they don't have to get to those points. 16% is huge, and if you look at the number of mentally ill patients who were part of a lot of those police shootings, not all of them. Let's not forget, but a lot of them. It's important.
Well, maybe there's a start too, because what I think, as that police chief was maybe feeling a little bit better about it, there was a lack of a blame for their previous behavior. And even when she asked directly, "You think this is saving lives?" he didn't even directly say, "Yeah, totally," because that's where I think the line is drawn with many of them. Is there's supposed to be they want to detach themselves from the responsibility of the way things have always been done. And maybe this is the beginning of then having a chance to clean up the folks who actually do enjoy it, because we've seen through texts and messages from some cops in certain departments how much they actually enjoy cracking skulls and targeting certain individuals. And it's not just folks that have mental health issues. Sometimes they just enjoy what they're doing. And that's, I think, another big aspect of cleaning up the whole situation, because there's some that just kind of enjoy the violence. Let's keep it real. And I don't want to detach too much from what they usually do.